Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's been a while since I have done a makeup video on here, but I was really excited yesterday that I actually got in a few new palettes that I had ordered on Hush through the app. If you haven't heard of Hush, I feel like it's gotten more popular over the last few months, but they have kind of duplicate palettes, I guess. They're not always straight duplicates like shade for shade of high-end palettes, but they do have like a lot of similarities in color and tone, or just kind of like theme overall for the palettes, and also how they're kind of set up. So I got some from Bad Habit. I actually got 4. They have a great deal where you can buy one of these for $10 each, or you can get all 4 for $30. Sorry, not trying to do anything there with my finger. But yeah, so I got the 4. They had been sold out for a month or so, and they just came back into stock this week, so I went ahead and grabbed them up real quick because I had been looking for them. But I wanted to get on and try out one or maybe a combination of a couple of the palettes that I had gotten. And I also had a couple other new things. I got a new little eyebrow pencil with spoolie from e.l.f. and I got some new eyeshadow primer from Milani. They actually do carry some e.l.f. and Milani as well as Wet n Wild on the app as well, so it's not all generic brands, but I just bought these in my local store. I do already have foundation on. Actually just got off from working like a half day at work, so the only thing I had time for this morning was foundation, so I threw that on real quick before I left. But that works out nicely because that means that I get to come home and do this video. So I'm just going to put my eye primer on now, just with my finger. Spread out nicely. Oh gosh, sorry. Sometimes if I'm not careful with putting too much pressure on there, it moves my contacts a little bit. There we go. They had to kind of resettle. So I'm waiting for that to set. I'm actually going to go ahead and try out this eyebrow pencil that I got. So honestly, it's been so long since I've just used like a pencil, and it does have this nice size spoolie as well. Go ahead and shape these a little bit. Actually, you might be able to see it. I don't know how well it picks up on the camera. I actually need to pluck my eyebrows again, I think. Been trying to stay more on top of them, but okay. Got a little heavy-handed there. So this is the first time I've used this. I'm not using like a mirror, just using my camera here. Probably wasn't the best way to test this out, but you know what? Why not? Why not show off some of the imperfections? Actually, one of the nice things about these palettes is they come with mirrors, but I think I'm going to use, yeah, I have a little mirror in my highlighter I'm going to use here. So I just need a little more precision. My inner corner there. There we go, that's evened out. Okay, and then down. Okay, so that's not too bad. It might be, I got the, oh, it doesn't say on here. I'm pretty sure I got the medium or neutral. Oh, here it is, this on the cap. Yeah, neutral brown. I got the neutral brown tone. Almost wondering if maybe I should have went with the darker brown, but do I have a film on this still? Oh, I totally have a film on this. Yeah. Sorry, there's something so satisfying about that. No wonder it was blurry. But yeah, the neutral brown might be better once summer really hits, because my hair tends to lighten up a little bit. you know, from the sun, obviously. So it might be more of a summer color for me, but it'll do for now. Just kind of wanted to test it out and see how it did. Fill that out there, get a little more even. I have just some patchiness, especially like over here. Some weirdness going on with my brows. For some reason, my left brow on the inside there, like the hair, like right here, grows like straight up. So I have issues getting it to kind of go with the flow of the rest of my eyebrow. A little bit more. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent. And that needs to be a little more rounded on the bottom. There we go. It's okay for now. Sometimes once I actually am like done with the rest of my eye makeup, I'll go back and like touch up my brows and kind of reshape them a little bit depending on what kind of eyeshadow I do, but it's kind of my basic. See, I don't know, like the pencils, I feel like are supposed to be quicker and easier, but I'm so used to like the wax and powder that really I don't feel like it saves me a whole lot of time now, but I guess like travel wise that would be nice just to have one little thing. But I like the holding of a wax. So anyway, we're going to take a better look at the palettes. The first one, which is called Aftershock. I think it really lives up to its name because it can be a bit shocking. But I really like the packaging on these two. It's nice looking and also has all the colors on the back as well as on the inside, and actually has like a decent sized mirror. But yeah, so Aftershock is like the, whoops, is the Bright and Bold palette. These three colors up here are shimmery, the rest are matte. So you can see I was doing some swatches of these last night. But yeah, so that one's very bright and colorful. I was really excited to get that one because I'm going to probably use those as more of like pops of color for my looks. So that'll be really nice. And then next we have After Hours. They're all after something. But yeah, next we have After Hours. And in this one you get like kind of pinks and blush, like more blush tone colors. Again, we have a couple shimmers here, here, here. And then a good amount of matte. So I really do like the combination that they have between, I like the balance they have between the matte and the shimmers. And then next one is After Dark. So here, and then this one, actually all of the ones on the outside are matte, and then just the middle is like a really nice glitter shade. And this one is obviously more like orangey tones, like some burnt oranges in there. And then the last one is After Party. This one, I had a bit of a mishap with yesterday. This is more like the neutral palette. As you can see, this one looks a little funny. It's a really high shine shade. That one was unfortunately broken when I opened it yesterday. And my brilliant idea was, I was like, oh, okay, well that one's broken, but here you can kind of look at it anyway. It fell out. Just like fell out. So I scraped it all back in there and kind of did the rubbing alcohol trick and patted it back down. So it should be usable. It just doesn't look super pretty right now. But I mean, after all of this, and it was packaged pretty decently and came just within a few days. So one shade is busted. Not the end of the world. It's still usable. So today I'm trying to figure out what kind of look I want to do. Now, if you can't tell, I didn't think this through a whole lot. I just kind of wanted to try something out. So, thinking I kind of want to try out the After Dark palette just because I don't use those shades a whole lot. I think it'll be kind of fun. Don't use a whole lot of like the orangey shades. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this palette. If you want to take a closer look at the palettes and some swatches, I did an unboxing on my Instagram. It'll be up for a little bit longer, I think. I'm gonna try to go ahead and upload this video as soon as I'm done with it, so it gets out today, so you guys can see it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I do have a link below. I do suggest following me on there, because a lot of times for like makeup and things, I'll do live unboxings on there versus on YouTube. YouTube, I usually do like longer unboxing videos for like my bookish stuff, or when I'm doing like makeup looks and stuff, I'll do them on here. But like the smaller unboxings for makeup and things, I usually tend to do on Instagram. But yeah, that'll be linked below if you want to follow me there. So let's see. Go ahead and test this out, and I'll probably end up doing a couple videos on these palettes. Excuse me. Just kind of trying them out and seeing how they work. So here we go. I have kind of an angled, rounded brush. And I think I'm going to actually use this color. Which one do I want to start with? I think I'm going to start with for my darkest color, I'm going to go with Arousal, which is kind of a brownish shade. So I'm going to start with that in my crease. I did notice when I was swatching yesterday, there is a little bit of fallout with these colors, but the pigmentation, as you can see, is pretty good. So I'm just going to work that into my crease. And into my outer V here. Okay. I have pretty I have a pretty deep crease, so this stuff up here doesn't show a whole lot. So you might notice I put more up there than like you normally might. But it's just so some of it will actually peek out a bit above my crease. So yeah, like that. I'll go ahead and do the same on my other side. But yeah, I did notice a bit of fallout yesterday, so I've just been making sure to tap my brushes off. Oh. I'm doing like a big crescent here. Seeing that one, I got a little high. It's fine. Once I get all the shades blended together, it'll go good. It'll go good. Okay. I'll try to work that a little bit more. Yeah, see, I got the inside there. Got the inside there just a little bit higher than I did my other side. Pull that in a bit. Okay. Looks about even. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like a nice, like, burnt, like, chocolate color, almost. It's like a burnty brown. Burnt clay, maybe? I don't know why I just closed that. I just closed the palette. Okay, so there's my dark crease color. And then I want to do, I'm thinking maybe like this rosy glow. I am going to try to just work out this palette for today and see what kind of look I can get. So I'm thinking maybe this rosy glow on the inside of my lid. And maybe like this in the center. I'm thinking probably this one for my highlight. So let's see how that goes. Okay. And kind of a medium shadow brush here. And I'm going to go ahead and work into that rosy glow. And I'm going to put that all over my lid for now. It's a nice color. I'm not going to get too far into like the inner corner. Just because I'm going to put the highlight there anyway. a little bit more on. And these, like, they are very easily, like, swiped over the lid, but if you want to get more, like, color payoff, padding seems to be the way to go. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, and then, let's see. Let's do a little, something different here. I'm gonna get just a little bit, actually I'll use the same brush, of the Skin to Skin, which is this middle color here on the bottom. And do that on top of this crease shade, just to kind of help blend that out a bit here. Okay. And do the same on the other side. Just kind of running that right along the edge there and just pulling it up a little bit. Kind of blend it all out. That way it doesn't go quite so harsh from my darkest shade to the highlight there. Actually gonna do a little bit more on my right eye here. Okay. Might go back, if I blend it out too much, I might go back and deepen it a little bit. I think that should be okay for now. And then I need my little, I'm gonna go ahead with my smaller eyeshadow brush and use the swipe right here. Honestly, it might be a little bit darker than like my normal highlight. It's gonna be more of like almost a neutral shade, but it should still help brighten up a little bit here. And right under my brow. Yeah, see, it's a lot more subtle, and it's matte, so no shimmer. It's a lot more subtle than my other highlight colors would be, but that's not always a bad thing. Do right in my corner and work it up a little bit, and a little bit more on the side. Okay. And yeah, I think I am going to add just a little bit more of the, my darkest color here, Arousal, into my crease. Just kind of wedge it in. Sorry about that. This is the first time this season that they've mowed. Thought I would go ahead and try to do this real quick while they were over on the other side of our complex. But see how well that worked out. Okay, and then just work that back up a little bit. I think that's looking pretty good, and I'm just going to take a clean blender brush here and just run it over my edge here, just kind of back and forth motion, just to soften it up a bit. There we go. And let's pick a shade for the bottom. It's probably going to get loud again. I actually think I'm just going to go ahead and take Arousal again. I'm going to use that for a bottom liner. I'll use this mirror. A lot of times I like using one of my eyeshadows, especially like the crease color, for my eyeliner for a look. Just because I think it pulls it all together rather nicely. Let's bring that up. And then I will probably go ahead and use my black liquid liner on my top when I'm done here. Okay, that looks pretty good. The dogs are out on the porch here barking at the lawnmower guys, of course. So yeah, I think that's pretty good for our eyeshadow look. I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna use my tiny mirror here again. I'm using Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyelining Pen. I actually got this in a Sephora Play box a couple months ago. I think it was like February. I think it was in the February box, and it gave me this nice full size, and I have just fallen completely in love with it. Because as the name might imply, it's really easy to use. And it just gives me a really nice, like sharp, bold line. And we're gonna do tiny wing. Just a little wing on the side. Hi, baby. But it can go nicely. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to holler at the dog. I don't know how well he's actually gonna listen, but you know. I'll try. We just have our one that's the yapper. Okay. And a little wing on that side as well. Actually think I got that pretty even. I'm usually awful about getting wings and stuff even. So yeah, I got a little wing eyeliner here to go with the look. And then I'm gonna do some mascara. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy today. I was kind of debating, but I think I'm just gonna use my water resistant lash blast. Lash Blash. Am I saying that right? Lash Blast Fusion. So good with the words. It's not like crazy volume or anything, but it's just kind of my go-to everyday liner. The other one that I have is a Voluminous Lash Paradise, as you can see here, which I've seen compared to Too Faced better than Sex Mascara. I've not tried theirs myself, so I'm not sure, but and I love that mascara, but it's honestly kind of hard to get off. And like, I didn't even get the waterproof one. It's just kind of, it's hard to get off. Okay. And I'll do a coat on my other side, and then I'll come back and do another coat on my top. Do the wiggle. Do the wiggle. Sometimes you just gotta wiggle and pull. I also think I'm getting a little bit low. My tube's feeling a little empty. I've noticed having to dip into it some more, so About time for some more. Okay, so this is just kind of like my everyday liner that I would wear to like work or to the store or whatever, running errands. So sorry about the lawnmowers today, guys. I would just have awful timing, right? Okay, you see it, the second coat. I think it's decent. I've actually been wanting to try some false lashes that would like that aren't too crazy, that I could like wear for like a normal day and not look, you know, overdone. So if you guys have any recommendations, like a decent like drugstore brand, or so I'd probably try drugstore brand first because I don't have a lot of experience with falsies. Do a little bit more on my tips, because I have a lot of experience with falsies, but I've only worn them like a handful of times, and that's usually for like an event, so they've been pretty like pretty obvious out there ones. So like if you just know it's like an everyday one that would just like give me a little more oomph, and that are like easy to handle, that'd be great. I'm trying to figure out what blush I want to use now. I actually have this blush 2 palette from Coastal Scents. I've had it for a while now, and it's honestly just a really good blush palette. It has a lot of variety in the shades and tones. Part of me really wants to use that orange one, just because like I never use it because it's orange. I might have to. I might try it for this look. If I buff it out really good, just get like a little bit on my brush here. If I buff it out really good, maybe it won't be so bad. Let's see. And their blushes are really pigmented as well, so like it only takes a little bit. And obviously with a color like that, I don't want to overdo it. So, I don't think that's too bad. What do you think? Just a little pop of color on my cheeks, which is really all I need. And then I have the Touch All Mode highlighter from Unique in Iridescent, which is the lightest shade. Like a white highlighter. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on top of my cheeks. And around there. Not going too crazy today, but a little bit helps. Something to catch the sun, since we actually have a decently sunny day. I don't always do a lot of like contouring and things over here. I don't always do a lot of contouring, but I do like highlighting. So, but yeah, that is, I guess that's my finished look. I did not pick out a lip for this, obviously, because I didn't even know what I was going to do. I happen to have my Sephora Play box chilling here. Would red be much? Would red be too much? Got my Sephora Play box yesterday as well. Didn't unbox any of that on YouTube. Or on YouTube. On Instagram as well. And they actually sent me this bright, like, cherry red lipstick. Let's try it out. It goes on really smooth. Get my view there. Got a little bit of outline there. I don't know, that might be a little bit bold for the eye look, but it's what I had on hand. So what do you guys think? I actually really like the pigmentation of these shadows, and I'm excited to try out the other palettes. And I actually did a weird, like, one eye 3 shades and one eye 3 other shades look yesterday with the Aftershock, just to mess around with it. And honestly, the pigments for the bright colors are just as good, if not better, than these ones actually. I was really pleasantly surprised with that. So I think that will be I think that'll be a good color pop palette for me. So yeah, that was kind of a first look for me from Bad Habit, which is, again, I ordered off of Hush. I think there's a website, or I use the app on my phone. And there's actually free shipping when you sign up through the app, like when you order through the app. So that was really awesome. And I got it in, like, I think 3 days. 2 or 3 days. So the wait time was like nothing. And they have stuff from like brushes to makeup to skincare and like masks and, you know, beauty tools, all sorts of things on there. The next thing I actually have my eye on is a one. I don't know if you've seen them. It's like a makeup brush like tool to help clean them that like spins them, so you can like spin them in the water and spin them to air dry them like faster. And they actually have some of those on there, so I think I'm going to check those out next. But thanks for joining me today, guys, and I hope you have a really great weekend. I'll see you back soon. Bye.